So I thought I'd do one more video on windows. I know I've done several, but here's in the front of Zehr Estate. And this window, we still have the storm window on. And you can see underneath, maybe you can't, that there is damage underneath there. Or at least it needs to be redone and repainted. Now we did put new moldings on here to accent more design. Now here's one where we moved the storm window, and you can see we have all this old caulking or sealant. So we have to first scrape all that off. We have to make sure that this window is all the way up and that these things latch. If they don't, this thing has to be freed up and pushed up. It looks like this one's off, so I'm quite sure we're going to have to do some work on this one. Break the paint with one of those flat scrapers. Not scraper, but a kind of a spade, by pounding it in. Get one of the ones with the metal through the handle. Then we can clean all this up, make sure everything's latched. Then we have to pull off any of the glazing that's bad. You see this? This has to come off, break out any of this stuff. And then we will, we're actually using caulking. I probably did some videos on that too. And I did some of these windows 30 years ago when I was renting here, and did some work for the owner, which was my father-in-law. And turns out the stuff held pretty good, and you can pull it out pretty easy when you need to because caulking comes out pretty nicely. So that's a nice advantage. So we're going to clean this all up. Then we do any caulking we need to do, and you can see this window, we already did that. Get it the best we can. Here we had to silicone a break that was in the window. I didn't feel like taking it all out. Adds a little more character to the house, and at this point it's fine. Then we did some priming. We have to make sure we move these windows though. This bottom one, I did put a screw up in here, if you can see that, to make sure that these are up nicely here and that latches. And at this point it does latch. Then we will, so we did prime. We'll come back through, fill any holes that we missed, like these places here. Finish priming. We have to finish priming up there. This one I'm not too worried about. This is going to stay stable, but this one we want to open. So now this window, same idea. Had a break in it, had to even things up, got them pretty even so it latches. So we got to do some priming over here. Now this window we did the priming already, and we still have this one moving. So that's good. This one we put the screws up in each of the corners. We got it up in nicely. When this is down it latches. So every time we put a coat of paint on here, we're going to have to move this window. We want this to stay movable. And we'll touch up any caulking that we notice. And then we will go ahead and paint it white. And then we can put the storm windows back on. So we're redoing the storm window, cleaning them up, priming them really good, cleaning WD-40ing any mechanisms, these little sliders that move, clean the screens good, put them back in the right way, which I think this is the wrong way. I think this is supposed to be on the inside. Not positive about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way the one was put together, and I think that one might work good. Or maybe this is an alternative. And then we're going to, we lucked out and we bought 4 stained glass windows, and it turns out the storm windows that were on them, they didn't want them, and they'll fit here. So we're going to be using 3 of them because 2 of them blew off and broke. So we can't repair them. As far as I can tell, they're not repairable. So there we are with windows. Time to get scraping.